What's up you guys, it's Simon. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be reviewing this Paperfeel screen protector. So as many of you may know by now, I recently accidentally deleted Procreate, and it has been quite the emotional experience. It's been very hard for me to force myself to draw recently, which is why I opened up some commissions, but also I thought it would be nice to just kind of get a new tool that I can use with Procreate that will make me be a little bit more inspired to use it. So I found this screen protector. It was only $8 on Amazon. I will have it linked down in the description if I like it. Yeah, it shipped next day, so I figured why not try it. I have had a Paperlike, not the official, but again, another off-brand version of Paperlike, not too far back. I think it was exactly about a year ago, and I had it for 3 or 4 months before I started noticing some issues with my Apple Pencil actually while I was using it. Not with the tip, but it just was like really laggy all of a sudden, and it was like losing pen pressure and just some really weird stuff, which I did attribute to the screen protector at first, but then I realized like it probably most likely was an internal issue, considering changing the tip and things like that did not get it to work properly. So I probably drop kicked it one too many times, which is why I decided I would try and go for another one, because I really did enjoy using it when I had one. So let's get into, I suppose, the install. Okay, so this is the current state of my iPad. As you can see, she's very smudgy. Of course, we're going to be fixing that here in a minute. I also have you guys sat up on my tripod, which I have now dubbed Wobbo, because he moves so much. He's very wobbly. I'm still working on how I can fix that, because if I perform even the slightest movement, he jiggles a little, so apologies for that. But so this is everything that comes in the screen protector package. So we have this little card that lists a 1-year warranty. So I'm assuming if at some point within the year that you've used it, if it scratches too much, if it if something happens to it, maybe if you install it terribly, then there is a replacement. So that is really, really cool. There are also, of course, things to help clean your iPad. So there's this wipe cloth that you would use to clean off screens and stuff, like your glasses, things like that. There are also alcohol pads for getting off really stubborn smudges and dust. And there is this big sticker here, which I'm assuming is also for removing those dust particles that just will not come off. And there are positioning stickers to help you place your screen protector. There's also this little card, which I think this little cloth area that they have here is super, super smart. This is to help smooth out any bubbles that may occur as you're installing your screen protector. A lot of brands like Paperlike themselves, or alternatives, of course, will come with their own card or encourage you to use a debit or credit card or some other type of card to smooth out those bubbles, but those do have the potential to damage your screen. You can scratch off that matte-like surface. So to have this little piece of cloth here, I think is really smart, because it still provides that friction to get those bubbles out, but it's soft, so you don't risk moving that, removing that surface, which is really cool. There is also, of course, the instructions that they have in here. It's this little booklet, and I can't find the side where it opens. There we go. Oh my goodness. So this has all of the instructions that you will need, which thank you very much, because I am so bad at installing screen protectors. In fact, I had a previous brand, the one that I mentioned earlier, that came with 2 screen protectors, and I atrociously messed it up. I literally went through both screen protectors because I messed up the first one, put the second one on backwards. We couldn't figure out why it wasn't matte, and it was because I didn't peel off the film, like the top film. So I was very, very much dumb. So those instructions are going to help me quite a lot. And there is, of course, hi me, the screen protector. I'm assuming that this blue film will go away. I'm assuming that's the part you peel off so that you know which side is the side that's supposed to go away, hopefully. As you can see, it's already very dusty because my desk is very dusty, but I am doing my best to clean it off. I have multiple animals, so it is very, very difficult. But yeah, I'm going to carefully read through these instructions, and I will get back to you guys when I install it. So actually, fun fact, so it says on here to apply the screen protector in the bathroom after running hot water for a few minutes. The steamy environment will reduce the dust in the air, which can cause unwanted bubbles. So because I am such a disaster when it comes to installing screen protectors, I am actually going to go and do that so that I have as little risk as possible, and I will come back to you guys once it's all installed and let you know how easy or difficult it was to do so. Alrighty, so this is what the screen protector looks like installed. As you can see, there are a few little bubbles because I did mess up. I was only supposed to peel part of the protective screen back and then slowly push it, but because of the way that I was holding it, it all just kind of flopped down, so I had to panic, pull it off, add it again. But it's okay. There are a few, but they're not really raised or anything, so they shouldn't cause any issues with my Apple Pencil. And also, I read on one of the reviews, somebody also mentioned that on theirs that left a few bubbles, but they went away the next day. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that these will be gone soon. But if not, it should be totally fine. I will say one part of the installation process was very confusing. Let me grab the pamphlet. So there's this part here where it says put the protector on screen, fix the protector with the position stickers, make sure the film which has step 1 label is facing down. So what they mean is facing down towards the screen, but I was very much confused because if you'll see on the little diagram, it has step 1 is also facing downward towards your home screen, but on the screen protector that I received, the sticker was actually up here. So I was like, oh no, which down does it mean? Does it mean facing downwards as in pointed this direction downwards, or does it mean the sticker is facing downwards, aka it's pressed on the screen? And the way that I was able to determine that was luckily they were also labeled front and back, so I knew that the screen protector part was the front, obviously, so I was able to figure out that they meant facing downwards as in pressed against the iPad screen. So yeah, other than that, installation was pretty easy. It was very much difficult to get rid of some of the bubbles, also to the point where the card that they gave you, it's made of straight up cardboard, so it got soft and like wouldn't press out the bubbles anymore, so I did have to go and end up getting my debit card, which sucks because I was very much hopeful for the little cloth protector. That being said, other than that, installation was super easy. You can already hear kind of on my fingers how textured it is. The one that I had previously, you couldn't really hear or tell. So I'm very much intrigued to see how this is going to feel and sound using. So let us get into that. I'm gonna pull you guys a little bit closer, and maybe I can get some ASMR in here for y'all. So this is the first line. Oh, it's kind of quiet actually. You can kind of hear it. It does make a little bit of a sound. I will try and sketch a little something. So it doesn't really have, well, there it goes. If you press kind of harder, it has a little bit of a sound to it. It doesn't really have that loud kind of scratchy that I was really expecting. It definitely makes a little bit of noise, but it's kind of subtle, which is strange to me because feeling the surface of it, it feels incredibly rough, but hearing the sound of my Apple Pencil on it makes me kind of think that it maybe doesn't have too much friction, too much texture, which is kind of good because then you know, you don't have to worry about your Apple Pencil being worn down as much. I know some people who have like the legit like Paperlike brand screen protector go through Apple Pencil tips like crazy. Like I don't know if you guys just saw Paloma the Peach's vlog where her Apple Pencil was literally worn down to like the metal. So I don't think that you will have to worry about that for quite a while with this screen protector, but I also don't know if it gives you that truly like paper-like feel. So I am going to do this little illustration in a speed paint format, and I guess I will let you know by the end of it how I felt using the screen protector. Alrighty, so this is the end result of the illustration. I am actually going to go back and repaint this because I just wanted to quickly get through kind of how it felt to use this, so I didn't put in as much detail as I normally would because this video is already later than I had initially intended. The screen protector did come in like a day late, which means I really have to bust this video out. So yeah, if you see this on Instagram later with more details and a different color palette, no, you didn't. But yeah, so let us get into how I actually felt about using this screen protector. Okay, so thoughts, opinions on this screen protector. The first thing that I do want to mention is that I know I said earlier on in the video that it didn't produce very much of a gritty sound, like a scratchy like pencil noise, and airplane. Okay, I think the airplane has passed. What was I saying? Yeah, it wasn't producing that much of a gritty or scratchy texture. Until I started to realize as I was doing, you guys might have noticed there was like a clip where I started working and then I stopped and then the angle changed slightly, and that is because I started to notice that the surface of the iPad was actually kind of sticky, and that is because I'm sure you heard, the screen protector comes with a protective film that you have to peel off so that it does not damage the actual surface of the matte screen protector. So, because there's that film, it obviously leaves behind a little bit of a sticky residue, and it does mention after installation that you should wipe it down with the microfiber cloth that it gives you, and I did do that, but like I said, as I was working, I still kind of noticed that it was still a little bit sticky. So what I did, instead of using just the microfiber cloth, I went back in with the alcohol pad that they give you, and I actually added a little bit of my own, like just regular rubbing alcohol, like just enough to re-moisten it because mine did dry out. You don't want to have it be like super damp or anything, just the slightest bit. And again, use like regular rubbing alcohol, don't use like hydrogen peroxide or whatever, because I don't know what that does to your screen, but I do know rubbing alcohol is totally safe to use on your screen and stuff like that. So yeah, I did add a little bit of the rubbing alcohol and then just wiped down the screen once or twice to make sure that there was none of that sticky residue left behind. And after doing so, I did indeed notice that it definitely has a much nicer texture. You can probably hear a little bit, but it definitely does have a little bit more tooth to it. But yeah, it definitely produced a much better sound after doing so. However, speaking of the texture of the surface of the iPad, that was a lot of words in a sentence. If you are somebody who maybe has sensory issues or like slight issues with certain touches or textures, I would highly recommend just kind of like doing some practice illustrations before really deciding to commit to this screen protector, because I will say that I don't have like extreme sensory issues. I do have like some fabrics that I absolutely cannot touch. Like, for example, I had these two outfits. I don't know what this fabric is called, but it is the devil. It's like it's like this little sheer fabric that goes on top of like a garment. Like, so for example, I had two when I was a child. It was like that horrible material, and then there was just like a white cotton layer underneath that, so it's very sheer and it makes a scratchy sound and it feels bad. Like, y'all ever touch something and then it just makes your whole body tingle? But it was bad. I hate that texture so much. So I do understand how some of y'all feel feeling certain textures, if certain textures bother you. That being said, I did notice as I was working on this iPad that the texture of it does take some getting used to. So for example, I had the IYKYK one previously. I forget the name of the brand of this one. I will put it on screen because it is different than what's on the packaging. It just says Paperfeel. But like I said, yeah, the IYKYK one that I had previously, it felt almost completely smooth. It was kind of hard to tell that it was matte until you started writing on it when it produced the sound, but it felt almost completely smooth to the touch. This one, however, definitely you can feel the rough surface of that, and it did bother me at first. It was definitely like oh, this is strange to constantly be touching, but it'd take a little bit to get used to, but not that long. It was probably like 5 or 10 minutes into the illustration that I was like, oh, okay, all right, this isn't that bad. It does take some getting used to though. But yeah, if that's something that will bother you, you can obviously return it, refund it, anything that you want to do. They don't have anything that says like no refunds, and they do have that 1-year warranty where if you're not satisfied, you can just send it in away. So that is definitely something that's really cool. Also, I totally forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, this is not sponsored. This is not like, this wasn't gifted to me. I just decided that I wanted another matte screen protector, so I went out and found one. But yeah, I would overall definitely recommend this screen protector. It was really nice to use. I did kind of compare it to my phone screen because my phone does not have any sort of screen protector on it. I know, I'm so dangerous. There's not like a tempered glass or anything like that. There's just straight screen, which is bad because I'm clumsy, but I've never cracked a phone in my life. So That's my excuse. So there was no screen protector on it, just as I was using my iPad previously. I also didn't have any sort of screen protector. I didn't have tempered glass. I didn't have like a flat screen. It was just bald iPad. So I was going back and forth between my phone and the actual screen protector to kind of compare the texture, and I can definitely say that I do think the screen protector is an improvement from the bare screen. I will definitely say that. I think it is really nice. I do not, unfortunately, have the actual Paperlike screen protector to compare it to, unless Paperlike would like to send me one. But until that happens, I can definitely say that this is a really good alternative if you're just looking for a little bit of texture, a little bit of that, you know, working in your sketchbook, however you're working in it digitally kind of feeling. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see reviews for other alternatives to things like Copics or, you know, big fancy artists, every single one of them has this thing but I don't because it's expensive type of thing, definitely let me know down below. I would totally love to do some more review type things for you guys. I also, of course, want to give a big shout out to all my patrons: Elise Thompson, Duran, Mandy, Schleeps, Puppy Paws, Created by Twins, and Trash Panda. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for continuing to support me every single month. I also want to mention that we recently hit 4,000 subscribers! Like, what is that? Thank you! We also recently hit 5K on Instagram, and at the start of 2020, and I do mean 2020 because that's how long it took me, because Instagram's algorithm does not like artists right now. I thought I was never going to get to 5,000, so the fact that I hit both of those milestones so close together is actually insane. So I'm doing a little surprise for you guys, and that surprise is I want to redraw some of your art for a video and feature you guys in both that video and on my Instagram stories, and I am going to be creating an entire video where I redraw your art, and you guys are of course going to be credited with your original piece. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about how cool you guys are, because I really want to support you guys in, well, not in exchange, but like, you guys are supporting me, I want to support you back. So I am going to be selecting 6 artists this Thursday. As this video goes up, it will be March 25th, I believe. So March 25th will be the day that I select them, but any day before that, you guys can DM me, you can comment, you can tag me, you can use the hashtag SciArtsRedraw. Any of those things, just contact me in some way with the art piece that you would like me to redraw, and then I will be selecting them, like I said, this Thursday, and then a video is going to come out of that. So I am really, really excited to see the kind of art that you guys have in store, and I'm really excited to do this video because I want to give you guys some support and like show you guys off, because you guys are awesome, and I just appreciate you so much. So yeah, like I said, definitely go and do that if you are interested in me redrawing some of your work and talking about how awesome you guys are. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.